Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac, Repentance, where today we are going to try out Tainted Isaac, a character that has 8 item slots for passive items that you can see in the top left. If you try to pick up a 9th one, you will drop whichever one is currently selected, and you can switch between which item you want to drop with the drop button, I guess control, and probably another button as well. And every time you get to an item room, it is going to be rotating between 2 different items that you can pick up. This time around, I think I'll go for the fruitcake, as that is a usually fairly wonderful item, so seems like a pretty good start so far. Also, if you get birthright, I believe you can carry 2 more items, so if we can find that in one of our shops when we have some money to spare, that would be lovely. Hopefully everything is going to go swimmingly, but this character does require a little bit of extra strategy, as you are limited to the amount of items you can actually carry around, of course. But it is a very good character when playing this game in multiplayer, as well, as the items still re-roll between 2 different items all the time, but the second player can simply just pick up everything, so that is just very, very nice. So far though, my fruitcake is clearing most of the rooms rather easily, so that's lovely. We picked up a golden key before, so might as well open up that golden chest right there. And getting some interesting tier effects out of it. I don't think we've even unlocked from time to time yet. Like, there was the euthanasia explosion tier right there, which we hadn't seen before. Shop items also re-roll between 2 different ones, so that is wonderful. And that's a world card. I guess I might just use this for the boss and then grab the world card for a later floor. That golden key was actually rather useful with the amount of golden chests we ended up finding, but would have been nice if we'd been able to open up that bomb chest as well. Dingle. Insta-dead due to the card there. And we can pick between either eye drops or the bone heart. I think I'd rather have the bone heart, and I might just buy the soul heart as well that is in my shop. We'll still have enough money to potentially spawn an arcade room on the next floor. And yeah, that's about it really. Probably could have... I don't think there really was a way to get more money. Actually, I could have used the sacrifice room on this floor, actually, with the amount of red hearts that are on this floor, but it would have been a lot of walking back and forth after picking up that bone heart, unfortunately. But I'm just going to be pleased with what I got. Hopefully we can get stuff like boss rush and hush out of the way with this run, and with a run that starts with fruitcake, the odds are a little bit in my favor, but I suppose it does depend on what else we are going to get. The unlockables for this character are rather good. Getting 2 curses in a row so far though, so that's on the one hand hopeful that we won't get many more curses on the way there, but I suppose that's a bit of a gambler's fallacy, I suppose, but hopefully it's going to work out in our favor. Occasionally turning those enemies to gold with our tears, and therefore having a little bit of an easier time as well. Book of Secrets or Holy Water? Book of Secrets probably is the better one of the 2. Since I don't have an active item either, I'm just going to go with that. Holy Water, definitely not bad anymore though, but I'd rather just play it as normally as possible, I suppose, right now. It is my first run of the day, so I'd rather just try my best and see how far we can make it. But we're getting a decent amount of money with the occasional golden tier at least, so that is wonderful. So far so good. Occasionally we're getting those anti-matter or anti-gravity pills or whatever it's called, but with pills I mean tears, but it's going. It's going its way. Occasionally we get the little chain lightning effect as well, and that does help out clear a bunch of the weaker enemies anyway, so far so good. I think I have skipped 1 room so far, but I don't think I'm gonna go back for it. Don't particularly feel like trying to traverse all the way back through a land without a map, really. I'm just gonna throw that out there in the hope that it is a crawl space, but unfortunately it was not. And I guess I might as well take the devil card with me for later use. If we had a bomb, that would be wonderful, because I'd really like to be able to open that up right there. Whatever it was just now. I have not been awake for very long, so occasionally my memory is not going to work out quite the way that I would like. And also I need to watch out with those little black holes from time to time. As you can see, they can cause a little bit of trouble from time to time, but so far our bomb count is a little bit on the low side. Kind of expected this to be a dead end for some reason, but I guess it wasn't. And also every time I shoot one of those Godhead tiers, I'm reminded of the fact that I need to actually look for trinkets as well. And if I find that trinket box, I should probably at least try and buy it. That's a really good room, wow. 2 black hearts and a troll bomb in the middle of the room. That's actually really lovely. Jumper cables and a blue map. Not terrible, but again, still don't have a bomb available to blow up the shopkeeper, unfortunately. Perhaps we can get flight somewhere. It's fairly unlikely if we're not going to go for devil deals, because once again I would like to go for Mega Satan as well, I suppose. Because I think it's just a nice route to take for the first run of a character. Also, I'm not sure what tier specifically would cause an enemy to drop a black heart upon death, but that did feel rather lucky, and so far I will say that these fruitcake tiers have really... I mean, occasionally they teleport the enemies around a bit weirdly, but most of the time they have just been very nice at clearing out a lot of dangerous stuff. Or at least speeding up the process a bit, so I am very grateful for that. A lot of money on this room right here. 5 minutes, basement, not bad. We already have an active item, so we'll just fight Baby Plum regularly, even though it hurts me every single time. But I think that if we get some good tiers in here, we'll probably be done relatively quickly. I do feel a bit more comfortable just shooting Baby Plum as well now, while Baby Plum is just sort of wobbling around all over the place with the tiers and stuff. I don't know, after a while I guess you kind of get used to the movement of Baby Plum and you just accept that. It's not too dangerous if you're playing it a little bit careful. I think I'd rather have the 2 soul hearts and then just move on. Since we picked up the Book of Secrets, I'm not as interested in the world card. It probably would have been a good idea to keep it for the next floor, but I kind of like Book of Secrets for a lot of the same effect, really. You still get that mapping. You do need to clear out a couple of floors from time to time, or a couple of rooms from time to time at least, to get some more uses out of it, I suppose, but something like a compass effect like this is usually just good enough to traverse your way forward. Even the blue map effect can be good enough, really, to get through with relative ease. Conjoined transformation progress or giant cell. I do like both, actually, but I think I'd prefer this. I don't know. I think I don't really have a preference on either, but I don't care that much about the thing that spawns familiars when you kill an enemy. I don't know. It seems like it could be alright, but I never really feel like I'm truly helped by any of the familiars that actually spawn out of it. Should just step on that one, I suppose. When an enemy is hit with a shrunk effect here, you should just run towards them if you have the option. Although I guess it could have spawned a fly and damaged me that way. I figured the danger was worthwhile. Somehow that enemy started moving again, but still dropped money after dying, so I can appreciate that, I suppose. Pretty much just beelining for the shop right now, and then I'm gonna go directly towards the boss room with this compass effect that we have going on. And then I might just keep the book charged for the next floor as well. Another AWAS card, or rune. Maybe I should just keep one with me, but at the same time I like looking for crawl spaces, so I'd rather not. Really, I should probably be looking for my secret room, at least, thinking about it. There is the box of friends or the humbling bundle. I'm guessing I'm gonna be able to get my money back with the humbling bundle. And I'm just gonna buy it with that in mind. I'm also gonna take this, 2 of diamonds. Well, fair enough. Got me back to 16 coins. Don't really want to walk around with that too much. Also, I need to find a bomb again. Because that was the only bomb I had found so far. And if we do get an angel room, I do need to actually be able to blow up those angel statues as well. So, gonna clear actually a few more rooms with a 36% chance of the angel room opening. That's not too bad of a deal after all. Not sure if I should go for this. It might be like a last-ditch effort kind of thing, but simultaneously, I should get a little bit more comfortable in the fact that I can probably do this. It is a little bit a tricky movement for sure that you have to do multiple times in a row, and I do feel more comfortable when you only have to do it once. But honestly, with some practice, it's not horrendous. It is pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. It is not the easiest thing in the world at all, but with a little bit of movement practice, you should be, hopefully, a little bit more consistent at least with some practice. But yeah, it's a tricky one. I will never say that that's going to be an easy thing to do, and I'm genuinely surprised that my hands allow me to do it. But I'm happy that they work that way. It is wonderful indeed. I'm deliberately going in the opposite direction right now. Although I guess I probably should just at least clear the room next to the boss room in case that does drop a bomb of some sort. Because I think that would save some time if it just ends up being there anyway. Little hands from time to time. There we go. That's all I needed. Hands from time to time are helping out a lot as well, which is lovely. And I think I know where my secret room is, but I'm just gonna leave that alone for now. I don't think... the odds of there being beggars inside there is fairly low, I think. And I really only have 2 bombs to play with anyway, so even if there was one inside, I wouldn't be able to blow it up. Having the boss turn to gold immediately is a nice touch to make life a little bit easier on myself, so I can appreciate that. There is a tear stuck to him, but I guess that might be one of those snot tears or something, but it ended up disappearing in the end. Not really focusing down the spiders, which I probably should be doing, but I'd argue that this is working out. I also like the little Isaac that's currently walking around with me because of the giant cell item right there. Kind of just walked into those tears, but it ended up working out. And no angel room. So I'll take this for the stat up. It is a speed up and some bombs, so the ability to actually have some more bombs is wonderful. We are getting close to the maximum amount of items I can actually carry, which is concerning me a little bit. And this is a floor. I'm just gonna go in this direction first to see if I can find an item room or something like that, but it does appear that nothing is really attached to this room in particular. That's so much money. Alright, well that's the humbling bundle pretty much paying out for itself after one enemy that decided to work with me there, so very good. I mean, it was only like 8 coins, but it was still a pretty significant amount of money, and if more enemies and other things are going to drop an extra coin that way as well, it's very much worthwhile, I would say. Very good indeed. Not really too interested in a curse room right now. Didn't really see any tinted rocks so far, but haven't been paying too much attention for those either. There is a sacrifice room waiting for me over there, which could be tempting, although with where we are right now, I don't feel like we need to use sacrifice rooms just yet, I would say. They can be good if you really need that last key piece or something like that, but right now I'm just not that interested in it. Eat a random pill, hope for the best, tears up, very good. Pills are also just very good on this character as well, simply because you can only carry a limited amount of items after all. So it does make it a bit more tempting to get those stat ups another way that are actually retainable, so that is wonderful. That we have at least one good pill in our pill pool. Even if we get a tears down pill now, I believe it does end up being a net positive still, because tears up are just a little bit more powerful than tears down. That's where my secret rooms are, so that is at least kind of easier. I have 6 bombs to play with right now, but knowing exactly where they are does make life a little bit nicer for sure. But it also means that it's fairly unlikely for this to lead to anything but a dead end, yeah. With some luck, I might be able to blow up... Okay, that doesn't help. I was gonna say, I might be able to blow up the bombs next to that chest right there, but it got a little bit fiddly for sure at the end, but it ended up working out in a way. Not too interested in that sack for the health loss there. That's a lot of red hearts. It does actually make the sacrifice room a little bit more tempting, but I still have so many things available. Alright, so this is kind of an awkward one, because Cracked Orb is really good. But Necronomicon... Cracked Orb can actually... I think it can open the Mega Satan door. Yeah, I'm just gonna take that instead. Because that pretty much... If I can keep that, it pretty much guarantees that I can at least, like, go to Mega Satan if I just take some damage in that room. Because I believe Cracked Orb just opens up basically every door sometimes when you take damage. I'm not sure if it's actually every time, and I might check that out a little bit later in the run, just to reread that description one more time, just to make sure that I am making good choices here. But I don't know, I'm feeling pretty positive. And yeah, there's the bad side about running into an enemy that has shrunken when they can spawn enemies, because that can lead to some unfortunate damage if you're not too careful. If they can spawn enemies, then they will just do that. So, yeah, it's fair enough. But we have a lot of money to work with. I'm actually just going to use this one more time to see where is what, even though I didn't really need to know anymore. But we're going to clear out so many rooms from this point on that we're probably going to have it charged by the time we get back there. Don't really care about either of these. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little tempted by blank card just because it would mean we'd be able to use the devil card every single time. We just opened up that closed door by taking damage with the cracked orb, so that is wonderful. There's a decent chance it hasn't shown up the ultra super duper secret room on our map just yet, but that's okay. Clear that out. Quickly go into my item room right here. I think I'll take that because I think that's the better one. Are you a wizard? Very good. That is unfortunately the downside of taking random pills all over the place, but we'll just have to learn to live with that one, unfortunately. 72% chance of an angel room. I'm feeling fairly okay about that. Tempted to go for these coins, but actually I have quite a large amount right now. And even though we might have Are You a Wizard, we can also just use Blackheart to clear out the entire room. Plus we're gonna get a little bit more tier rate as well because of that item we just picked up. I could try to aim with Are You a Wizard? It's definitely not impossible to just continuously shoot in the same direction by pressing 2 different attack buttons for basically just switching between attack buttons every shot, but got a little lazy there. I was just kind of hoping for the best at that point, and it kind of ended up working out. Taking a decent chunk of damage on this floor though, so I do need to be a little bit more careful. Oh, that's a very small fly. Genuinely had no idea what was happening there, but it ended up working out. I'm gonna use my devil card and take that Empress card afterwards, I think. Because I think that is going to end up effectively being the same thing anyway, so I might as well. Not sure. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was gonna hit, but I figured I might as well try to hit that barrel that way. Unfortunately, it was not to be. I could stand a little bit closer to that barrel, and it ended up kind of working out with where I was, so that's good. It can be a little bit difficult to tell when they are stunned, but it is nice when they are. Alright, so if I pick up something else now, it's going to take away the thing I currently have, but with things like this, I can just leave it because we already have the health up. You do retain the health up, and that is wonderful. That is pretty damn good as well, though. So I might get rid of this. I'm curious what this does if I get rid of it. Yeah, it gives you the stat up, but then you just kind of retain it because I guess it just doesn't know what to lower at that stage. So yeah, might as well just leave this behind and fight the angel as well. So you do have to make some kind of tricky choices at times, but also you have some items that you can just freely get rid of and not really face any consequences. So if you can just get a bunch of those items throughout the run, then life isn't too bad either. I guess the consolation prize is actually better than I had anticipated, specifically for that because it's just a random stat up at that point. Not really random, I guess. It is likely to be a speed up at that point in the run, but yeah, you can get some good stuff out of that, and that is wonderful. Didn't really try to avoid any of that right there. Also, the key pieces don't count towards what you keep, basically, so that's good. Key pieces, Polaroid, all that stuff, you can just pick that up without worrying about how many items you have, so it does make life a little bit easier. My speed is a little lower now because we haven't taken any damage on this floor yet. So we might end up having to take some damage here and there to make our stats a little bit better. I'm curious what I should be going for, honestly, and what I should get rid of next. I'm guessing the Humbling Bundle should probably be the thing that I want to get rid of next, just because my consumable count is getting pretty good anyway. So I don't need to worry about stuff like that too much anymore. But it's not... It's gonna stay tricky to make choices like that. Seems like when we got hit, we got some more map information as well. It told us where our item room was, so that does help out a little bit. 17 minutes, steps 1. I guess we're probably not gonna go for the boss rush this time around because we still have 2 floors to go, and I was just kind of having a good time anyway. I suppose next time I'll just not go for angel rooms in particular. Also, we have Montezuma's Revenge, which we have seen before, but it is still kind of an interesting item for sure. Should we not go for... I guess we could still go for boss rush if we get floors like this. Let's just give it a shot. Might as well. Probably shouldn't have used up my... jeez. It's a little bit tricky to aim for sure, and I am taking oodles of damage right now. because I'm not really dodging. But I'm hoping that's not going to bite me in the butt. I'll take that. And I'm going to get rid of that as well because I don't really need to luck up, I guess, that much with my current build. Yeah, I'm just going to try it. Hope for the best. I really have no high hopes on this one that it's going to get me there in time, but if by some strange manner I manage to get a really nice floor, then that would be lovely. Well, we got speed up. That's actually pretty good. There's a couple red hearts in there, so I will just quickly check out this. And interestingly enough, we opened up the door to the beast and onwards by just taking damage with the cracked orb, so that's pretty good. We got a compass effect from the cracked orb as well, or at least one that tells me where my shop is. I guess that's a better trinket than nothing. But judging from what we can see so far of this floor, I'm getting this sensation that it's probably not going to happen. Just because of the very few things we can see so far. I feel like this is going to be a rather large floor, so unless there's something that I'm gonna say unless there's something that changed my mind, and that does change my mind a little bit. But then there's rooms like this where I actually have to play the game a little bit as well, because I still wouldn't mind having the Mega Satan key available just in case. But I'm struggling to really I'm struggling to really clear rooms like this without taking too much damage here. Ah, God. Okay, yeah, I don't want to lose this bone heart, so let's calm down. It's time to calm down now. We have more or less the whole map available. We're 15 seconds away from not reaching boss rush, so it is indeed time to just take our time again, have some fun. See if there's anything in this room. I guess I might as well check. I think occasionally there might be a Tainted rock or something in there, and that could have been good, but it was not to be. And the unfortunate thing about this character as well is that you can get into situations where your build is okay, but it's not like the best items in the world. Like, I don't have, like, brimstone or anything. I lost my bone heart, really? How did that happen? I thought I only took one hit of damage in that room, but fair enough. That's unusual. I didn't lose any Angel Rune chance, though, so that's good at least. And also, the question mark in the top right, the red one, that is the ultra secret room or whatever it's called. And if we had a cracked key or the like, occasionally you can buy those in the shop as well. But if we can get a red key somewhere, then we can very easily go in there. That is greed. That does make life a little bit more tricky on that front, I suppose. Not impossible. And he ended up dropping the Jar of Flies, or 50% off. And 50% off isn't really going to help us anymore. And I don't really need the map as much. So I guess I'll go with Jar of Flies, because that does give you some extra damage to play with as well. We have a large quantity of consumables, so might as well go for this. That is a little bit more safety, but it is very easy to get rid of. But hopefully we can do something good with that. I guess we opened up this somewhere along the line, probably by taking damage there. And also ended up destroying that shopkeeper in some way. I'm not genuinely not 100% sure what part of that cleared out the shopkeeper, but I'll take it. Might have been the beam from above, I guess, but I didn't know that that was a thing that could happen to shopkeepers that way, so ended up working out in my favor, I suppose. Not loving these rooms so far. It's a lot of tiers that we have to worry about, but not the most impossible thing we ever had to deal with. We got a black heart there that was, I guess in the top left corner of the room, so fair enough. And Mom's eyeshadow. Getting transformations as this character can be a little bit fiddly as well, because I think you actually need to be holding all of the different items. And I think if I do this, it's not immediately going to give me progress that I didn't have before, basically. So it's a whole thing. Either way, with all that done, I can probably just try to head directly to the Mom's Foot fight. And hopefully we can get an angel room out of that. Would be nice if we find like one more coin beggar or something like that. Maybe a battery beggar to blow up for the extra chance there. Yeah, it is a little bit tricky to use Montezuma's Revenge, since you basically have to be walking backwards away from enemies that you're trying to shoot with it. But it is effectively a type of brimstone as well, so It can be pretty good for sure. But you do have to be very, very careful with it. But not impossible. I am tempted to just shoot this thing for a while until I get like a type of tier that gets rid of it, and it did happen, so that is good. And that's not a terrible trinket, but I mean, it's probably better than what I currently have, actually. Yeah, with that I'll just continue on. Use Jar of Flies for a large amount of flies from the get-go. Mom's foot got frozen immediately as well, so that is wonderful. Let's just try to do this without taking any damage here. Just slowly walk back and forth, using the power of an analog stick. And not worry too much about Mom's foot landing on top of me. There we go. And we can pick between chest and the cathedral. I don't really think I have a preference right now. I have a lot of red hearts, so the Polaroid effect probably isn't going to affect me too much. So I guess I'll just go with the negative. And we have 2 items which are not amazing that we can pick from. Not really sure what to do here. Do I want to get rid of my tiny friends? A little bit of damage, stuff like that. I don't really need the cracked orb as much anymore, I suppose. But let's try this. Let's see what this actually does. Reveals a random room on the floor, also unlocks doors that can open Mega Satan door, yeah. So it is definitely a good item, especially combined with stuff like crack key, red key, stuff like that. But if you don't find any of that, then you know, I'll just take my Mega Satan key instead and call it a day. Ooh, I didn't know that actually combined. Oh, that's interesting. It doesn't combine for very long, obviously, because it's kind of tricky to aim at. Not impossible, but that does hopefully increase my damage output if I can combine those two a little bit. So, might as well give that a shot. Not really 100% sure what the unlock is for beating Mega Satan as this character. Accidentally opened up my secret room. I'll take that, I suppose. Gotta be a little bit careful with these barrels because my health is largely red health. It is 1 black heart, so very easy to lose that devil deal chance, I suppose. Yep, there you go. That's how you lose your black hearts. 2 with diamonds with 99 coins. Seems a little unnecessary at this stage. But perhaps it could help us out. I will actually use Degas immediately. Just for the sake of having that extra soul heart to protect us. Even though it's probably a better idea to just save it for whenever we find a particularly tricky curse. I believe at some point I said I was going to pick up an Empress card, and yeah, I don't know what happened to that idea, but that definitely disappeared somewhere along the line. Not really too concerned about it though. Also, I got rid of my Book of Secrets because I had Cracked Orb, and you know what I got rid of immediately afterwards? Yeah, that was a good choice, wasn't it? Well, that's okay. I do like having the Jar of Flies though, because it can clear out more difficult rooms and stuff like that. Like stuff like this, you can just get rid of one of the bosses pretty much immediately with a large quantity of flies, and it does make life a little bit easier for sure. Simultaneously, if you can focus on, if you can bank on something like fruitcake, then it does make life a little bit easier as well. And the boss ended up dropping a black heart, so far so good. This room's not too horrendous, but do need to be a little careful. A lot of farting around with Montezuma's Revenge right there, but whatever works. Strangely enough, these enemies are quite weak to the poop brimstone as well, so that ends up working in your favor, but again, a little bit tricky to use at times. Mimics also, don't shoot when you're using it because you're technically not holding your attack button, so that is wonderful. Means we can just combine these attacks right here with relative ease. I should probably be looking for tinted rocks. I haven't seen a single one yet, but I'm not sure if it's just because I haven't been paying close enough attention for them, which is very possible for sure. But let's see what we can get here. If we can still get Hush, that would be lovely, but I'm not going that quick right now, so I'm not exactly expecting it. And let's just go for this golden chest as well. Don't love these enemies. They are kind of tricky to hit. At least we're in a big room right now, so they're not as precarious to deal with, but they are still a little bit of a nuisance for sure, as they do not open up. But fortunately, an Explosivo tier got rid of that immediately, so very nice, very good. Quickly scanning for some Tinted rocks, but didn't see anything there. And I'm not really feeling... That was an interesting chain reaction that ended up with me taking damage there, but that does happen. Might as well go in here because we were at red health anyway, and there's plenty of red hearts to go around. Gimpy is pretty damn good for survivability for sure. My tier rate's not really a problem anymore, but I think I might get rid of my very small friends instead. As cute as they may be. I just don't think they're that good. I think I'd rather have this. It means we're gonna drop some extra red hearts from time to time as well when we kill some enemies, so... Or at least half a red heart, so that's pretty good. And hopefully that is going to clear stuff out. Yeah, I'm really not sure what part of Fruitcake is making those black hearts appear, but I'm very thankful for it, because there's not really that many tier effects anymore that actually give black hearts. There used to be, stuff like Serpent's Kiss and stuff like that would give you black hearts. I'm not sure if that still does. I feel like it doesn't anymore, but if it still does, I mean, that would explain it. And if it doesn't, then I'm grateful that at least something in my arsenal is giving me the power to do so. So, very grateful all in all. Not sure why I'm still carrying around this 2 of diamonds, but I guess I haven't actually got anything to replace it with either, so that's fair enough. And really, this run is mostly carried by the large quantity of hearts we've been getting so far, so that's mostly why I'm pretty grateful about the fact that things are working out. Like, Fruitcake and just shenanigans with hearts has been my life right now. The teleportation still worries me a little bit for sure, but it's manageable. We seem to... God, because look at that nonsense right there. But then we immediately got some health there. As the room ended, so that was pretty good. Might have been because of Gimpy as well, actually, because I took that damage, but it was a lucky little soul heart once again. There is a lot of places where this secret room could be. In terms of the map, I'm hoping to find it at some stage. It could probably be next to the curse room as well, and if it is, then I would have regretted taking all that damage, but it doesn't seem like it was there. Judging from the bomb that blew up next to the potential door. And it's just nowhere. There might just not be a secret room on this floor. Maybe it's just one of those days where secret rooms do not feel like being. The super secret room might very well be here though, so I might as well try that in a second. Once again doing a little glimpse for any potential of a tinted rock, but again, effectively not seeing anything right here. Which is unfortunate. Wouldn't mind a health situation that... I mean, it's replenishing for sure, but it is a little bit unusual about how it is going on. Just gonna look for my secret room before moving on. Really? Yeah, I actually have no idea where it is. Because I thought I tried more or less everything, but I guess I probably missed one. Never mind, I already found it. Yeah, that would do it. It just... Yeah, first run of the day. You do get some situations where you end up forgetting everything, apparently, but probably should try and focus up a little bit more as we are getting closer to the end of the run. Chance to shoot tooth tears might actually be kind of worth taking, but with 0 luck, I'm not really sure how much we're going to see of that. Emperor card. It's probably better than the 2 of diamonds, so I'll probably just take that after we're done with this machine here. When we're at about 50 coins or the machine explodes, I'll probably just use the 2 of diamonds and take that card instead. There is at least 1 soul heart that came out of it. That is the lost poster. Ah. I mean, it is not guaranteed that we're going to find a sacrifice room. However, if I do find a sacrifice room, I'm going to use it because I want to have the Lost unlocked. It would probably end the run pretty quickly afterwards. Because one nice thing about the Lost is that the Lost can carry multiple items. And my build would now be 8 items, which wouldn't be ideal for the Lost type of character. But nonetheless, it is nice to get that unlock out of the way. So I'm hoping that we can find at least 1 more sacrifice room on the next floor. There's a justice card right there. Yeah, a lot of trinkets. This thing is paying out quite a bit for sure. Surprised it hasn't blown up yet with the amount of coins we put in. There we go. Alright, let's use Justice. Let's grab this trinket. Let's grab the tower. Let's drop the tower. And I guess I don't need the Emperor immediately. But yeah, I don't know. I think I might just go for the Empress for sure. Wasn't entirely sure which floor I was at that stage, but fortunately it was only the womb one, so I think Sacrifice Rooms can show up effectively on the remaining floors, but it is for sure a nice thing to get this trinket when you're not almost done with your run, but rather when you are at the start of it, because it does increase the chances of actually unlocking the characters by quite a bit. I accidentally touched that, which was not intentional. Strength card, that's a little tempting, but not that tempting, I suppose. I don't know why I'm even thinking about what item to take. Like, this item is just not that great. Alright, what is better out of these two, actually? 2.35 damage or 0.3 with a... Wait, does that say plus 50% damage? Oh. I guess strength is better. Interesting. Actually didn't know that strength would do plus 50% damage, but if that's true, it's not bad. I mostly just know that it gives you a red heart container, and I guess I never really gave it much thought beyond that. Fair enough, I guess. Anyway, let us hope for a sacrifice room. I am realizing what my speed is right now as we have entered a new floor, and it is a sad sight to behold. But it's probably gonna be okay, right? What could possibly go wrong? With a speed of... My speed isn't even that bad. It's just, I guess, comparatively, it's just not wonderful. Oops. Probably should watch out for the enemies that move in a very predictable pattern as well. But, you know, occasionally there's just... You couldn't see him coming. There was no way to... There was simply no way to know. But if I do... get the opportunity to be the Lost. It might be better to become the Lost before fighting Mom's heart. That's a nice blue heart right there. Just for nothing. Well, for taking some damage, I suppose. So really, it was a net positive because I also got some more tier 8 and speed because of it. Come on. But yeah, there is a bunch of things on the posted after all, and it would be nice to just get started on the first one with the Lost. Even though fighting Mom's heart definitely isn't the most difficult part on the posted for sure. It would still be nice to just try and get that out of the way while we can. But with a build like this, I'm not feeling too comfortable about it either. Shell game. Little tempted to play a little bit of the old shell game, but just not that interested. I mean, the best thing I could get is probably Scatoli, because it would re-roll into a second item as well, and that could be just a good thing. Like, stuff like that makes it more worthwhile to go for specific things, just to at least get that second re-roll and maybe have a different but better experience as well. So, yeah, that could be good. Shouldn't be shooting all the time, I'm realizing, because I'm probably going to end up exploding myself at some stage, but simultaneously it is how I found some of the secret rooms, so who knows what good and bad ideas are anymore at this stage in the run. A little bit concerned about my sacrifice room situation, but I mean, that's just the life of anyone holding this trinket, I suppose. I wonder if the old method of unlocking the Lost still works, because there was that method where you just had to die as 4 different characters against 4 different enemies, and that would unlock the Lost. That was like the original method. I'm not sure if they ever actually took that out of the game or not. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did, because it was somewhat convoluted. On purpose, of course, but still. Somewhat convoluted for sure. There is the boss room. I suppose on the one hand it would probably be better to just do Mom's Heart with this character as well, but it doesn't really matter, all things considered, which character I do what as right now. But it does require me to find a sacrifice room, and quite frankly the floor is running out of rooms. Unless it is to the left of the room that we haven't explored yet over there. And it doesn't appear to be. Then hopefully we can get something in the the shoal, because I don't think it can show up in the dark room. That was an unfortunate way to lose my Angel Room or Devil Deal. And I genuinely didn't even see the eye hit me there, but I can accept that it most likely did. Gonna leave the Soul Heart there for now, for purposes that I cannot currently explain yet. I guess mostly because there is a large amount of black hearts on this floor anyway. God, I am getting hit by everything now. So I should maybe take it. I'll just heal up first and do the Mom's Heart fight. Afterwards I can decide whether or not I wish to go into the curse room, which I'm guessing the answer to that is probably going to be yes. Bad gas, unidentified pill. Speed up tears down, not great, but there is a tears up pill as well, so all in all not too terrible I suppose. Friends till the end, power pill. Power pill's pretty good. I'll actually take that for the Mom's Heart boss fight. Since you can at least heal up a little bit, but also you can just deal a decent amount of damage with it as well. I'm curious how that works with Montezuma's Revenge actually. If I can just do that. Yeah, you can do some damage with it. Obviously not throughout the entire phase of this power pill because that's not how it works. We got a black heart there, so that's nice. We can just take that in a second. Probably not going to get a Devil Deal here with that 0.5% chance of it opening, but that's okay. And yeah, plenty of hearts to go around, so might as well heal up all the way after picking up that curse room right there. And I'm just gonna hold my fingers crossed in the hope that we get a sacrifice room on the next floor. I think the odds are not exactly in my favor, but you never know. Friend is till the end, and are you a wizard? Very good. Very nice. But things that I will ultimately leave behind for sure. There could have technically been an item inside there, so I decided to go for it. Gonna be a little low on health. I could probably at least bomb the creatures in the arcade room as well, I guess. Or perhaps this chest will give me something lovely. It doesn't appear so. Probably could have blown these up for some extra chance of some good stuff there, but you know what? That's okay. That is a full red heart, and that's another full red heart, but I don't really need that. Being at half a heart away is probably the best situation I can be right now in case I want to activate that negative effect once during a fight in the future. Might as well do that. Oh yeah, the strength card is over here. So let's just take that. And onwards we go. But again, I am still hoping to get that sacrifice room. I think it is possible for it to spawn here, but I'm not 100% sure anymore. We're gonna find out together through anecdotal evidence of one attempt. If it does not spawn here, then it is completely impossible. Whereas if it does spawn here, it is guaranteed to happen every time. That is how odds work, and I am happy to play with these odds for the rest of my existence. And I will definitely not forget I've ever said any of these words. Also, there went all my black hearts and soul hearts in one room. It does take a minute to kill those enemies, unfortunately, and I'm not loving that. It is surprisingly tricky to clear out some of these rooms right now. And it does concern me a bit. But hopefully we can find some way to make this a bit more manageable. We are going to get health from time to time. I should probably use this Empress somewhere on this floor. Possibly against the boss, I suppose, but because I would like to have the strength card available for later. But I guess in a room like this I actually don't mind it too much because it is a little bit fiddly to clear a room like that. I'm pretty sure I've tried this, right? Yeah, I tried to blow up the wall on this side and it was not there, but there is a lot of signs showing that it could have been there, so that's actually pretty unfortunate. Definitely would have tried it had I not yet used the bomb there, but that's fair enough, I suppose. But yeah, this build is getting to the point of being troublesome to fight certain enemies with, given how long it is taking to kill some of these enemies. At least with the extra hits we're taking, we should have some extra power available. A Yera is very good. Very tempted to use that in the dark room as well. Provided we make it there, of course. But it could end up being good. This is a little concerning. But the chain reaction took care of anything and not me, so that's nice. I have seen the black heart there. I'm waiting to use it. But I will get back to that as we progress through this run. But for instance, if I were to become the lost somehow on this run, I feel like taking on Satan would be fairly precarious, but not technically impossible. And it's probably better to try to take on Satan with this run than to kill Satan as this character and then not actually go onto the lamb, but instead turn into the lost, because then I'd have to just do the run again. Obviously I could do like a sacrifice room kind of run as well, but it's just not really ideal. So I'd rather just do the whole thing as one character or another character, even though I'm fully accepting that it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be fairly tricky to do Satan as the lost with this build. But I would love to give it a try. There is a lot of red hearts waiting for me. Oh, look at that. Ah, would you look at that. There it is. That is a lost unlock right there. Yeah, that's... yeah. I am just gonna run around for just one brief moment. Nah, I don't actually agree with that. You know what? Oh, there's a soul heart there now. I don't really care. I would like to at least get to the point of maybe getting like an angel room teleportation or a devil deal teleportation. So I will just take the damage here. I do need to not run into any spiked rocks now, though. I kind of made this a little bit more dangerous on myself than I probably needed to. But technically not the end of the world. Might as well just pick up that black heart as well while I'm at it, because that is going to be effectively useless at this stage. I don't know how many times I got hit, but I'm just going to take like something like this, because I'm pretty sure that if need be, I can just damage myself with the bomb to make sure I don't accidentally teleport into the dark room there. But I am concerned. I am quite concerned. That was a Lover's card as well there. I also could just run into these spikes if I really needed to. Yeah, this is fine. Come on, teleport. Ooh, stairway. Stairway or spear. They're both not great. I guess I might get rid of Montezuma's Revenge. I'm not really using it that well, I feel. Or I could just get rid of this. Although this is going to be effectively my only tier 8 up once I reach the next floor, if I reach the next floor. So that is also maybe not the best idea. I guess Gimpy is going to be effectively useless if I am the lost, so I guess that's probably the best thing to drop right now. Alright. Let's just take some damage against this. Also, there is a chance of one Angel Room item. Yeah, let's just take one hit of damage. And then die with the last poster in hand. And that should unlock the lost. Who we are now. We are flying. We have spectral tears. We can carry as many items as we so desire. So that is kind of nice. We have a Holy Mantle effect, but no health. So that's really, it's a little precarious for sure. I was kind of hoping for something good there. We do not specifically have the item, the Holy Mantle, but we do still have the effect, so that is rather nice. And with that, let's just make an attempt happen to try and fight Satan. If I die now, I'm actually perfectly okay with that, because we have at least unlocked the Lost. And that has given me just some progress that I really like to have. So I'm actually pretty happy about this, all things considered. But if we could win here, that would obviously be rather nice as well. So we're just going to try our best. It's not the most difficult fight in the world, but with a bad build, it can be kind of tricky for sure with the amount of tears that get shot here. Just going to play it very safe. Kind of hoping for him to turn into gold. Or just do that, I suppose. Come on, there we go. And now it remains... I should just use a strength card, actually. Because I'm going to take Yara with me on the next floor if I do survive this. Yep. There we go. We have beaten Satan as the Lost. which is good. Which is good, obviously. That is very nice. I think the Lost does get an unlock for every single clear, effectively, so that should unlock something or another. We could technically try Mega Satan as well, which I'm not feeling too confident about either. But let's see what we got here. There we go. Look at our little ghost. We unlocked the mind. That is a wonderful thing to have unlocked. The stairway's right there. The door to Mega Satan is opened. Let's just Yara that and go up the stairs. I mean, might as well take this. I'm a little concerned about that purple flame over there, but hopefully that's not going to bite us in the butt too much. But now, every time I double tap the attack button, I'm going to create a small shield, which could end up being good. Might as well take that fool card, I guess. And just going to give him all my coins, really, because I don't really have any more use for coins unless I get money equals power. Breakfast is a great item as the loss, as it does nothing. So that's good. Spawns a demon familiar that's attached to Isaac. That is an active item indeed. It's basically just Tainted Lilith thing. And it does kind of fly around in a room like that while it is still active. With these chests, I have shown this off before, I think, but if I have two Devil Deal items visible and I take one, then the other one's going to disappear. That's just how the loss works, because you get effectively free Devil Deals because you don't have health to take, but so you can get stuff like this. But if you just open up the chest one by one and then take it immediately, then you can just take all of them, which is pretty good. The mark's not bad. It's a little bit extra damage. 7 seals, not terrible, but can be a little precarious. That might be Bookworm. I did pick up 3 books throughout this run, but I guess it doesn't count if I switch characters somewhere along the line. And Death's List. Yeah, not the best, for sure. I'm not really sure what I want to take in this case, because I do like the flies. I might take the book for, like, if we reach Mega Satan somehow, but that's about it. I do like having these flies available. But our main defense right now is going to be the Holy Mantle. I will have to try my best a little bit more than I usually do, but I'm definitely expecting this run to die. Something like Dead Cat would have been really nice to have gotten out of the Devil Deal items for sure, but it just wasn't meant to be, unfortunately. Probably could have stepped on that enemy right there as well to just insta-kill him while he was shrunk there, but fair enough. And we're just going to do our best. I'm kind of hoping that we can get Death's Lifts to work from time to time, but it is a little fiddly with, well, with 7 Sins. Because 7 Sins is just going to kill everything at times. The creep did a lot of damage to some of the enemies there. But also just because of the rainbow tiers that we have because of the fruitcake. There's a lot of things going on that make Death's List not great. But occasionally we're probably going to find rooms with just one enemy inside it, and hopefully we can get some stat ups like that. That would be lovely. There is death, which is not what you want to see. It is a scary room with a lot of scythes coming towards you, usually, from all sorts of places, and we died immediately. But fair enough. We unlocked a good item, which I'm happy with. We unlocked the Lost, which we can just pick now, so that is pretty much the last character outside of the Greed Mode character that we still have to unlock, which I'm pretty happy about. So I'm just going to be happy about that. Now I'm going to fast forward Lilith into Greed Mode for a moment to try and get the bandage ball thing out of the way. Because I just want to... I really want to unlock the band-aid, because I think that is going to be useful on other characters later. So don't mind me for a moment while I walk back and forth into Greed Mode for a while. Okay, I've been at this for about 20 minutes, just running into the shop and trying to see if a ball of bandages spawns. Maybe it just doesn't. I've seen many meat cubes, but the ball of bandages does not appear to wish to exist, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna give up on this idea for the sake of my own sanity, and I'll find some other way to unlock the band-aid by getting the full bandage girl transformation. But either way, at least we unlocked the Lost in this run, and actually managed to clear a thing with the Lost as well, even though obviously it would have been nice if we got the Lamb as well, but it definitely will be easier to do Lost progress in a way that has more than 8 items as a build. So either way, I'm not too disappointed how this went. But I hope you've enjoyed it so far. Next time we play, I'm not going to be playing as the Lost probably, but I will probably try out Tainted Forgotten because it is an interesting character for sure. And I hope to see y'all there. Bye bye.